welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday and it's October 27th. Well, we have, as you know, there are two fires that are burning east of us in the foothills, and I wanted to let you know some information regarding that. I spoke with Captain Jason Fairfield, who's the Orange County Fire Authority PIO, and he basically said that the quality of air is extremely unhealthy. So all of our outdoor facilities that require staff, with the exception of golf and racket sports and the pools, because obviously lifeguards are needed for that, is basically at your own risk. So just keep in mind that it is very unhealthy air out there due to the fires and the smoke. So let's take a look at our, if you see here, we've got, go back to the other one. We're going to talk about the air quality. So obviously air quality is bad, even though we talked about it. It's at 150. Yesterday, it went all the way past that 300 mark. So today, it's at just over 150. If you want to check this, the best thing to do is just put in air quality in your browser. And this is the first one that pops up. So you can check on this throughout the day if you want. It probably will change based on how much smoke is flowing through here. Now, take a look at the map that we have, which is actually quite cool because it tells you where the fire is and which way the smoke is going. So you can see it is passing right over us between here and Laguna Hills, and then right out through over the ocean. We do have someone here in our office who does live at the ocean, and he said that it just stops right at the ocean level, so it's not going to be any better there either. So the best thing to do is to stay indoors. Now we're going to show you the evacuation map. Now, as you can see, it does show quite a few of the areas that are east of us. But when you hear that they're saying, oh, Lake Forest is being evacuated, it is nowhere near here. It is at the very tip of Lake Forest, as far as the 241 toll road out where Saddleback Church is. So you don't need to worry about that. However, if there is an emergency, we will update you between us and your emails. We'll get the information to you as best as we can. All right, let's take a look at the meetings that we have today. We have two meetings to tell you about. We have the GRF Equestrian Ad Hoc Committee, and that will be at 9:30 this morning. And then at 1:30, we have the United Finance Committee. So you can go ahead and follow along with those meetings at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now on our show today, we have Jason Qatar, and he is with Knowledgeable Aging. And you may have caught his show that we air here on Village Television. Great information about how he got started, and he had his own health risk as well, and that's what made him kind of think, hey, we need to let people know about a lot of different ailments. So we'll talk to him. And then we also have the Reform Temple that is having a fundraiser that is actually going to be a comedy show that they want to tell you about, so we'll talk with them as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump right to our weather. Now it is cooler than it has been, although it is going to be a little on the warmer side today. We are looking at the highs of 77 with an overnight of 55, but we have very high wind alerts throughout the day to 6 o'clock tonight, and that's going to stir up that wind and dust. So again, just another reason to stay inside and find a fun movie or something. Tomorrow, 76, 52, Thursday, 78, 56. The weekend is looking pleasant with 77 and 81 with overnights in the high 50s and the 60s. Our sunrise this morning was 7:06, and our sunset will be at 6:03. And thank you to Lori for sending in this little lizard who was hanging out on her bricks. So yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Send us a nice little wilderness animal, or maybe your pet, or if you dressed up your pet for Halloween in the past, send us that. And please send it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we return, we will have Knowledgeable Aging with Jason Qatar. Stay tuned.
This election, all Californians will be able to vote safely from home. Every active registered voter will receive a vote-by-mail ballot with a unique barcode. You can track it using Where's My Ballot, and you'll receive automatic notifications by text, email, or voice call to let you know the status of your ballot once you mail it, drop it off at your polling place, or at a drop box. Vote-by-mail ballots. Simple, safe, secure, counted. Learn more at vote.ca.gov.
Welcome back. Well, today I'm joined by Jason Qatar, who is here on behalf of Knowledgeable Aging. And it is a show that is right here on Village Television. Well, Jason, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Lisa. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You know, we're curious as to what the show is all about, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But before we do that, tell me how you got started with Knowledgeable Aging.
Sure. So a friend of mine told me a saying a couple of years ago that really resonated with me. He said, "You're most effective when you're affected." And for me, Lisa, that started about 2.5 years ago. At the age of 46, I was diagnosed with a form of cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow.
One of the things you realize early on is that cancer doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how much money you have in the bank. So for me, as I was getting my treatment, Lisa, I remember looking around the room and I saw a lot of our older individuals. They didn't have anybody with them when they were getting their treatment. They didn't have a family member, no caregiver. So my mind started racing. I'm thinking, okay, if nobody's there with them when they're getting their treatment, what happens when they go home? What about falls, making sure their medicine's getting taken care of, scams? So I started asking myself, what can I do? What type of impact can I make? To put it best, how can I find my voice?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I started to really surround myself with industry professionals, authors, and speakers. These folks that have spent their careers working with our aging population and caregivers. And so that's really kind of how this all started. But through the countless hours of research and communications was born Knowledgeable Aging.
Okay. So what did you do beforehand?
Real estate. I've had a master's degree in education, so every career I've ever been in has always been education based.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're selling somebody a home or you're educating somebody on potential impact of, a disease, this kind of falls right in line with what I've been doing my whole life. And so, like I said, when I sat down with my wife and I said, okay, what can I do? Education of some capacity, it was just a matter of where was I gonna go with it. And so, like I said, when I sat down with these professionals and authors and speakers, I knew right away what I wanted to do. It was just a matter of what was it going to look like.
Okay, so now we air your program on our station here. Is it available elsewhere?
Yes. So on our website, we have the topics, just so you know, the topics are health and wellness, legal, housing, finance, and the COVID pandemic. Now, obviously, but irrespective of the topics, we're speaking to not only just those aging populations that are impacted, but also their family members.
Mm-hmm.
So on our website, we have 3 live webinars every week. Then they get archived. And of course, we're gracious enough or you guys are gracious enough to have us there at Laguna. So we will continue to provide these live webinars each week. And, every Wednesday at 4:30 is when we're on the air there.
Okay. Well, perfect. Yeah. Obviously 55 and over is our specialty here. And, all those topics that you've touched on, we talk to doctors, we talk to, directors, executives of hospitals, all sorts of people that really do hone in on what you're talking about. So I think that's great. I mean, we only spend a few minutes with each of them, and you have a dedicated half an hour. So that's really nice to be able to do that. Tell me a little bit about the show. I mean, maybe choose one that really stands out to you that you really liked.
Yeah, so actually it was the one that we've gotten quite a bit of feedback. So I think we've been on the air there at Laguna with the Village Network for about a month now. And we actually got quite a good feedback on Alexa and for those with dementia. So it's really the impact of using the smart technology in the home. Oh. And so really it's when I thought of Knowledgeable Aging, it was, we don't want to be just generic because you can't just say, what is dementia? Because there's so much to it. And it's not just dementia, it could be any topic that impacts the aging population. So, but that one specifically really just talked about the smart technology in the home, where things are going, and how it impacts, like I said, the family members and the caregivers. So that was one of our more popular ones.
Right. Right. And that was one of the topics that we discussed most recently with our Orange County Sheriff's Department. So yeah, you're hitting on all the topics for sure. Where are you based?
We're in Washington, D.C., so I'm a little jealous. We don't get your weather. So if you could do me a favor, just put that in a bottle and send it here every week or so. That'd be great.
Yeah, Washington, that's on the other side of the world at this point here.
Absolutely. And so just so you know, our live webinars every week are Tuesday through Thursday. So if somebody there at Laguna is up at 9 o'clock and having a cup of coffee, join us for a live webinar from 9 to 9:30. But yeah, that's what we do is we provide 30-minute segments, You can get in, you can ask questions, provide feedback, and we welcome any and all questions you can have.
Okay, that's awesome. That's great. Now, they're 30 minutes in length, and we air them on Wednesday from 4:30 to 5, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, like I said, we've been on for about a month now, so we're doing everything we can to provide relevant, original content every week. And right now, I think we've about 15 more in the queue. So, and we're producing content every day, and we're just excited to have the relationship with Laguna going forward.
Well, awesome. And then one last thing, tell me how we can find you.
Oh, well, www.knowledgeableaging.com. You can go there, you can see what we're doing. I'm a visual person. I love to be able to just watch. So if you want to go to our YouTube page, type in Knowledgeable Aging, subscribe, and then of course we'll add in the live webinars there. And then we also come in the smaller clips. So if you want to watch something for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, those go on there as well. So we pretty much update the YouTube page at least 6 days a week.
Excellent. Well, gosh, I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. Is there anything else you'd like to let us know?
The one thing I heard recently that I really want to make sure people understand is you don't have to suffer in silence, especially with everything we have going on with COVID. Everybody's impacted in some capacity, whether it's mentally, physically. If you've got something going on with a family member, a friend, or yourself, don't suffer in silence. Reach out to somebody, because I promise you there are individuals out there, organizations that are willing to and very much interested in helping you in some capacity, but you're not alone. And so, right now, mental health is a big concern with individuals. So once again, just don't feel like you're going through this by yourself. Reach out to somebody. That's my recommendation for right now.
That's great. And then one last question for you. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm in remission, so I'm very thankful for that. Obviously with COVID, I don't get out of the house too much. So, it is what it is.
A lot of time to produce content.
Absolutely. So the wife, I'm sure, just loves having me home all the time. So,
Oh, well, I'm very happy to hear. Congratulations, and congratulations on the new show.
Well, thank you so much. We look forward to working together further.
All right. We'll talk to you again. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this.
As a friendly reminder, cast your third mutual ballot by using a dark pen to fill in the oval. Place your ballot in the secret ballot envelope. Then, insert into the yellow postage-paid return envelope and seal. On the back of the yellow envelope, sign your name. Mail in plenty of time to arrive before November 2nd. Or hand deliver to the community center ballot box by November 2nd. This is an important election proposition. Please vote.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Carol, Beverly, and Susan of the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. Well, welcome, ladies. It's so nice to have you all on today.
Thank you. Lisa.
So you have a lot of things coming up, and of course you have a fundraising event that's going to be happening in November. So Carol, why don't you lead us off with whatever it is that you want to talk about in regards to the fundraiser and other events that are happening with Reformed Temple.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Lisa. Well, we're really excited because we've got a great event coming up called The Spirituality of Laughter with stand-up comic and author Rabbi Bob Alper. Now, those two titles may feel like they contradict each other, but not at all. This is a live Zoom performance that will take place on Sunday, November 15th at 4:00 p.m. And this is not a taped performance. This is live to our audience. Rabbi Alper has been performing for Jewish groups and temples all over the country for many years. He served as a rabbi for 14 years, and also he used comedy in his religious counseling. He's always had this lifelong interest in comedy, and it led to him entering a competition which resulted in appearances on television, radio, and also to becoming a full-time comedian, performing all over the country.
Wow.
He's also the author of several books, including Thanks, I Needed That, and Life Doesn't Get Any Better Than This. These are poignant narratives about life's lessons, with many of them having a more humorous tone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they really pull at your heartstrings. And in the spirituality of laughter, Rabbi Alper will share some of these poignant and true stories from his books, as well as some of his comedy from his stand-up act.
Okay.
This is not a pre-recorded presentation, but rather it's a live performance specifically for our audience.
Right.
And at the conclusion of his presentation, we will be able to ask questions and converse with him. Now, we all know that Jewish humor, like Jewish food, is universal. And that you don't have to be Jewish to enjoy a good bagel or a corned beef sandwich. And you don't have to be Jewish to enjoy this performance. Rabbi Alper will blend wit and wisdom in a way that everybody will enjoy. So let me once again remind you of the date, November 15th, Sunday at 4:00 p.m. And at this time, it's a pleasure for me to turn the program over to Susan, who will explain to you how to order tickets.
Hi there. Ordering tickets is really a very easy task. I welcome all of you to listen to the following information. The tickets are only $20 for a household, and you can send an email to the Reform Temple Laguna Woods at gmail.com. I'll repeat that for you. It's Reform Temple Laguna Woods at gmail.com. That's without any spacing between it and all lowercase letters. In the subject line underneath the address, you need to write send registration link for Rabbi Bob Alper, and that's A-L-P-E-R. Send registration link for Rabbi Bob Alper. When you get that link, it will let you know how you order tickets. You click on the link, you will be taken to the ticket registration on the temple's website. And there you can register and pay for your tickets by either a credit card or through PayPal. Shortly after that, once you and the Zoom link you will use on November 15th to access the program. The good thing is, which has helped me many times, you receive a reminder in the email, including the Zoom link, just a few days before the performance. So don't worry if you forgot to copy it down or store it someplace. You will be getting a reminder a few days before the performance. So we hope to see lots of you on Zoom that day. Take care.
That sounds, it sounds very fun, and humor is great. And I've always enjoyed when I go to either temple or when I go to church, I always enjoy when they incorporate humor, because it makes you think about stuff, or they incorporate kind of what you're doing in life. And so it sounds like this is kind of what he does. How did you guys find out about him?
Actually, my son, who belongs to a temple in Michigan, had him, they've had him there twice.
Oh, wow.
So I became aware of him, but I've talked to many people who he's performed on the West Coast here, right in Orange County. Okay. And I also wanted to make one other suggestion that you may have friends or family who are interested, and you can give them the direction about how to send an email to get the link, and they can sign up. It's, as Susan said, $20 per household. So we're not limited, and you can include anyone that you think might enjoy it.
Oh, well, that's great, because I know a few people that I'm going to send that to, because they would thoroughly enjoy it, I'm sure.
You're right, Lisa. At this time, particularly, laughter is the best medicine. And anyone can access this with Zoom anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I know. That's what's so great about Zoom right now is you don't have to be anywhere. You can be anywhere. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Well, I look forward to, hearing him. It sounds fun. And definitely, you guys, now, where is your money going to? So you said it's a fundraiser. So
This goes to keep our temple operating within the gates of Laguna Woods. It's essential at this time that we have support through our fundraisers, and the money goes towards all of our programs.
Okay, perfect. Now, speaking of programs, you guys are still holding many of your Shabbat services and some other things too.
We're still active, very active within the community. First of all, it gives me great pleasure to announce the return of our Rabbi, Ben Cayman, to our Zoom Friday evening Shabbat services on November 6th. He has had a good recovery and is grateful for all the prayers and good wishes that he's received during his recovery from his heart attack. So he will be back conducting our Zoom services on November 6th. And we do have regular services. All the village residents are welcome. Anyone is welcome to watch our Friday evening services on Zoom. And the link request should be emailed to Robin Lipton at lipton56@gmail.com.
Okay.
So we welcome everybody to attend our services. And also I want to say we're so grateful for all the Laguna Woods residents who contributed to our very successful food drive for South County Outreach. The food pantry was in desperate need, and we collected over 1,400 pounds of food that went to help out, and over $4,000 in cash that will provide considerable relief for the hungry right here in South County. So we want to thank everyone for participating in that.
That's great. Oh, congratulations. I'm sure they just are so thrilled to have that much.
They can use it. They really need it. And particularly at that time, as I said last time when I was here, we have a lot of hungry people here in South County, even though we have a lot of affluence here. And we need to take care of our people. So, exactly. And we at the Reformed Temple were just honored to be able to have this function and be so successful.
Excellent. That is really great to hear. Is there any discussion of when you're going to start maybe doing in-temple services?
So in-services would depend on two things. It would depend on the opening up of the clubhouses and the safety that people feel in attending those services. I don't think anybody can predict when that will happen. But we're lucky because we do have the Zoom, and the Zoom is easy to attend, and and you can wear your slippers.
You certainly can, and you can even be in your pajamas and no one's gonna know.
Exactly.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for the information. It's just great, and good luck to you on your fundraising activity on November 15th, and we'll be meeting with you again before then.
Great.
Thanks for having us, Lisa. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back after this.
United Mutual members, here's what you must do to ensure your votes count and are not disqualified due to unsigned ballots. With a black or dark pen, fill in the oval to the right of the candidate's name. Do not mark an X or a check mark or your vote may not count. Place your ballot in the secret ballot envelope and seal. Do not write on this envelope. Insert the secret ballot envelope into the pink postage paid return envelope addressed to United Laguna Woods Mutual and seal. On the back of the pink postage paid return envelope, provide your address and signature on the signature line and mail. Unsigned return envelopes will not be counted. Mail-in ballots must be received at the post office box by 11 a.m. on November 2nd. Hand-delivered ballots placed in the ballot box in front of the community center must be received by 5 p.m. on November 2nd. Call the Inspector of Elections at 855-240-0363 if your ballot is lost or damaged to have a new ballot mailed to you in 1 to 2 business days.
Welcome back. Well, we were poking around here while you were watching those segments on Facebook, and we found a live feed from KTLA Channel 5. So as you can see on your screen here, this is a live feed of the helicopter that is flying over the area of Portola Hills. So it is by Alton and Portola Parkway out by the 241. So we were watching earlier, and the planes are on it, and they are dousing the fire with the FOS check, so making sure that the houses are staying safe. And as I mentioned, we will keep you up to date if we have any additional emergency here for Laguna Woods. But as of right now, it definitely is providing terrible air quality for us here. So you definitely want to make sure that you stay indoors. You know, only go outside if you absolutely have to. I'll go ahead and let you know a couple of things that are coming up. We've got the flu clinic, which is the drive-through flu clinic on Friday, and we'll give you more information on that each day as that comes up. But other than that, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. The weather is looking quite nice, so you don't have to worry too much about the heat today. We've got 77, 55. We do have a high wind alert, so definitely be on alert for that. We've got 76, 52 for tomorrow. Thursday, 78, 56. Friday, 77, 58. And then Saturday, 81, 60. Now, I'll give you a few tidbits about this fire. It is only 5% contained. It has burned over 11,000 acres. And there are approximately 755 firefighters that are on scene now, and they do have a request out for additional firefighters. And unfortunately, the 2 firefighters were critically injured, and they are still in critical condition. And as I mentioned, if there's any emergencies, we will let you know. Tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m., and we will have another broadcast for you of this day. Other than that, stay healthy, stay indoors today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Tip. Toss. Take action. Don't give mosquitoes a fighting chance. Don't give mosquitoes a fighting chance.